How's it going, everybody? This is Richard Nona, Florida licensed realtor, home inspector, and notary. Right now what I'm doing is a little drive around over here of Universal Studios, Universal Orlando, to be exact. And I'm going to go from Universal and I'm going to bounce around some of the hotels that Universal has. And then I'm going to go all the way down to Icon Park, which is where the very large Ferris wheel is that used to be the Orlando Eye, the Coca-Cola Eye, or whatever it was called. So it's changed names a few times, but that's over on International Drive. So if you want to see this area a little bit, just keep watching. Then there's a whole bunch of ways over here to go. So you can check out the signs along the way. And I'm going to try to point out the main entrance if it happens to work out where I do pass it. So, because a lot of people do get confused over here. They get confused, you know, where's the entrance to City Walk and all that. Now, Universal can park you in a few different places. Now, over here on the right is the Hard Rock. Okay, so the Hard Rock's in here, and it's closed. And on the left is the Portofino Bay, right across the street from it. So, and it's closed because of the coronavirus. But I thought that it would be nice to make this video now because it's really, as you can see, there's nobody on the road. Okay, so to the right is the valet parking and the left is the buses. Now the left, you know, that's only for buses, so just keep that in mind. Now coming up, you see the sign to the left, Theme Park City Walk, Volcano Bay. That, and I know there's going to be cones in front of it, but that is the, so at this light, I'm not going to go left because I know it's going to be blocked. Well, I don't know if it's actually going to be blocked because of people that work here, but yeah, it's blocked on the way out. Well, kind of blocked. I guess I'm, you know, doing it for workers, but yeah, team members can go. So you see there on the left. Now, what I'm going to do is, now straight ahead, if you look, you see that sign that says parking, and up, and there's a ramp. Okay, well, hopefully you saw it. That is open sometimes, and especially when it's much more crowded. So just keep that in mind. That's a little quick tip for you. I've had my annual pass here for, I believe, geez, I don't know, maybe 10 years now or more. Now over to the left is the Portofino Bay. Excuse me, the Royal Pacific, the Lowe's Royal Pacific. And the Royal Pacific has a really, really nice place to sit outside. It's got this courtyard where there's like these statues, and there's frogs and statues and stuff like that. Just really, really nice place, especially at night. The lighting is fantastic over there. Just really calming, nice place to sit, enjoy yourself. Another great place is the Hard Rock Hotel is nice. The pool is fantastic over there. And the ballrooms and stuff are over here to the left. And we're going to be coming up to the Sapphire Falls and the Cabana Bay, the Aventura. Now I do hear some things about the restaurants around here, places to eat, and I heard that the Aventura is pretty good. The Lowe's Royal Pacific, I've also heard good things about it. Unfortunately, when you're like me and you have food allergies to certain foods, like onions and tomatoes, it's pretty hard to eat out, so I tend to smell things as I go. I'm going, wow, this really smells amazing. And then I listen to other people's advice. Because if I do order something, it's got to be made special. So it's never going to taste the same as everyone else's. Okay, so turning this way, but then I'm going to loop back just because I want to go a different way over to everything else. Now on the right is the Cabana Bay. And that's one of the budget hotels around here. Supposedly it's pretty nice. I've been in the lobby, and I've been over there around Christmas time, so it's pretty nice. And the Sapphire, the Aventura, is across the street, as we just saw when I U-turned. Now all these hotels you can walk to from within the park, so even if you're not inside Universal Studios or you're not inside of Islands of Adventure, you could still walk from Universal City Walk. There's 2 ways in, and you could take a boat as well. So I'm going to go back this way, and I'm going to go right, but I'm just going to turn on the GPS as well, so you can hear the streets as we go. Now we're going to go towards Icon Park, so this is a nice way to head over there.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Universal Boulevard.
And again, on the right is the Lowe's Royal Pacific. And I do highly suggest checking it out. Even if you just come here on vacation, it's nice. Especially if you want to have dinner somewhere and
turn right onto Universal Boulevard.
You know, you want to get out of the park. That's another great thing about these hotels. If you want to get some food that's better, then now straight ahead, that was where the entrance is.
Continue on Universal Boulevard for 2 miles.
And this on the right was the ramp that I told you about earlier. So sometimes this ramp on the right is open. So this whole section has a ton of things to do. I mean, there's a lot of hotels in the area, and there's a lot of stuff on International Drive. Now this is actually the first day that Florida is opening, is allowing the restaurants and some stores and whatever to be open, but they got to follow the guidelines for the coronavirus. Like I believe it's 25% capacity at restaurants. Employees got to be wearing masks, hand sanitizer, stuff like that. So the large things are not open yet. And you can see on the right and the left, this is a brand new hotel, Universal's Endless Summer Resort. Just a little bit down the road. I thought it was kind of interesting to see this. Hopefully the camera's showing it. I'm just going to turn on each side. So there was actually several times over the past year or so now, or whatever it's been that I've been making these videos, that I did want to make this, and there was many times I came out and it was just so crowded. You know, there can be a lot of traffic in this area. International Drive is very busy. So this is really perfect. Now this is taking us to the back end of Icon Park. You can see the Ferris wheel coming up. And I'm sure that parking lot's closed as well. If you don't know what's in there, definitely check it out online. It has a aquarium. I always forget the name of it. It's a small aquarium. It's basically good for like 40 minutes. Maybe you could stretch it out to an hour. There's a Madame Tussauds, one of those wax museums with the celebrities. And there's a whole bunch of things in front of it, and I'm going to try to get some of that on the way around. So what I want to do is I'm going to go down the street and then I'm going to take a right. I'm not sure what the GPS is doing at this point. I think it's going to go into the parking lot. But I'm going to pass it and make a right. And then it's going to be kind of like I'm heading back towards Universal, because that's another way to go. So, again, I make these videos in the car for people that typically live far away. If you're thinking about taking a vacation or you're thinking about purchasing a home, these car videos are fantastic for you. Really give you an idea of what the area looks like without you having to drive it yourself.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Via Mercado.
See all the restaurants up here on this sign? Try to hit pause if you can.
Turn right onto Via Mercado.
Okay, so Via Mercado is saying turn right, yeah, because it wants us to go around the park. So I'm just going to take it straight up here and then we're going to go right. Now the convention center is up on the left. You're going to see this really strange looking building. There's a Hilton behind it. It's up on the left if the camera is getting it. A whole bunch of hotels over here as well. And if you are watching this video shot in 2.7K. And the same thing with the videos where I'm walking around with the selfie stick talking. Those videos are shot at 2.7K. So make sure your YouTube is set to 1440, because 2.7K is almost as sharp as 4K. So it's going to look a lot sharper than if you're watching it at 1080. Now on the left is Andretti. This is indoor kart racing. And Topgolf is on the left, so keep that in mind. Topgolf is really popular, especially with people that are doing convention stuff like what's over here on the right. Okay, so here I'm going to U-turn back now. So you got to see the convention area from the back. And I do want to go back and show International Drive. And you can see Topgolf over there on the right. Just down this road. Gonna go down Convention Way, which is this street. And over here, some of the main hotels for the convention center. You got the Rosen Center straight ahead. That's a really popular one. The Hyatt is on the right. Now again, if this was a normal time of year, this would be very busy. U-turn here. I see another closed road straight ahead. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so on the right is Pointe Orlando. Now, Pointe Orlando is a really nice shopping mall. There's also a comedy club. And that's what you're seeing up here. Now, normally there'd be all kinds of cars parked over here, valet going on. There's a movie theater up there as well, a Regal Cinema. Show you both sides of the road here, but there's not as much on the left side. Really, most of the entertainment stuff is on the right. There's some restaurants across the street, some hotels, but the right is typically where it's at right now. That's why the camera's more angled that way. You've got a Miller's Ale House over here, as I'm sure you can see. There's helicopter tours across the street. Different restaurants. some popular restaurants on the right over here. Bahama Breeze we just went by. Howl at the Moon. Senior Frogs. There's a Boston Lobster Fest. Now you can see we're coming up on the Ferris wheel. Across the street is a Tony Roma's. Some stuff over here. Now that we're coming up on the Ferris wheel, you see this Pirate Golf and parking lot's closed. Really nice looking golf course over here. Definitely one of the ones that you'd want to play at if you like mini golf. Good. Light was perfect timing. See, maybe you can see that a little bit in the distance is some like painted fish, like there's a stingray and some sharks, and that's the side of the aquarium over at Icon Park. And across the street is Bar Louie. Now on the right is Icon Park. Got a truck racing up behind me. Let's see if I can do this a little better this way and then you turn back. And you can probably see on that sign over here to the right a whole bunch of places to eat. And that's all kind of in Icon Park. It's all kind of, you know, around the area. So basically you just park your car in the parking garage and you walk. The parking garage can get really crowded, especially on a Friday night, Saturday night. And there's Charlie's Steakhouse across the street as well. Boy, this light seems like it's forever. Oh, there we go. Okay, so down this street, straight ahead over here, some hotels. We got Eat at Joe's on the right. Saltgrass Steakhouse on the right. So this is what I'm doing this just so you can see this. I'm gonna turn here. I think over here is just food pickups. But this is it. So there's a whole bunch of stuff on the left, on the right, on the back, surrounding this area. See this stuff straight ahead. Looks like everybody's just picking up food. Now taking this straight ahead is Universal. So if you stay on the street and you keep going, you're gonna get to Universal. And on the right is a Ripleys. Believe It or Not Museum. Those things are pretty cool. Definitely worth checking that out. Just a lot of stuff in this area. Oh, and Mangoes is on the left. Boy, that McDonald smells really good right now. It smells really good. Now this road is going into Dr. Phillips. So Dr. Phillips, I have a separate video. There's a Trader Joe's. On the left is Whole Foods over here. And up on the left is Rocco's Tacos. That's really popular. So check out that video that I have of that. I think it's called like Driving Dr. Phillips or In Dr. Phillips. If you can't find it, let me know. But there's a lot of places to eat over here in this Dr. Phillips section, and the restaurants are extremely popular. So if you are staying over at Universal and you're staying at the park, you know, as you could see, you have a ton of options. There's a ton of options over here to eat. There's a ton of options to eat at Universal because you have the hotels as well. Plus you have tons of places to eat on International Drive and right over here. And pretty much everything is in with about 10 minutes. And if you have a hotel with a fridge, you know, again, up here's Trader Joe's, and there was Whole Foods back there. And this on the right is the restaurants I was talking about. That was, what is it, a Delagio. This is Big Fish. And taking this to the left goes towards Disney, but I do believe I covered that in another video. So thank you for watching, and again, if you have any questions with your home purchase or sale, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. And check out my website at wintergardennew.com. You can always find the latest homes for sale at the bottom of each page. There's pricing, floor plans, community information, tons and tons of videos, so check it out. And again, thank you for watching. Have a great day.